What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with a new video. And in this one, I don't want to disrespect the dude, Greg Weisman, a man that made some fantastic animation in the past. Oh, executive producer, worked on the facts of like Spectacular Spider-Man, Gargoyles, Young Justice, things like that. You know, really good shows. But I don't want to disrespect him. I think what we have here is a dude that is trying to be a part of the times, but doesn't know what he's actually talking about. If you catch what I'm trying to understand here. Now, I think he was probably very agitated and stuff. I think he is trying to mask what he really is. And I think this is a good question of what is woke content and things like that. Well, let's just get into it, shall we? Young Justice and the Spectacular Spider-Man producer Greg Weisman claims, "I've been striving for woke since long before I ever heard the term." So no. Woke content is essentially content that utilizes, I would say a good description would be both fifth, are we in fifth or fourth, whatever, modern intersectional identity politics is what I'll try to strive for there. I think that is a good definition for what woke is. What is intersectional identity politics? Well, it goes to identity politics, you know, critical race theory, gender theory, these ideologies that are, well, for the most part, very corrupt and corrosive, and then the intersection where they meet. So that's why you have like men can't save women, you know, they can't be in a relationship. You have all this craziness right there. That is essentially what woke is. It is like the intersectional identity politics, I think, is the easiest way to describe what woke is. You throw in like this idea of pushing certain politics, usually highly progressive politics that aren't very good, things of that nature. Well, where most of, you know, you'll have the people say, well, back in the day, everything was woke. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was woke because it talked about racial things and stuff like that. But the thing was, that wasn't the focus. Okay, what ultimately defines what woke ends up being is that the focus? Is this supposed to be the center of the discussion, center of the show? When you look at old Young Justice, I would say season 1, season 2, that wasn't the center. You had maybe more progressive ideas, maybe things here that we've had since like the 80s, but it wasn't the center. You just knew that it was there. When it came to Spectacular Spider-Man, same thing. Gargoyles, same thing. It was just, hey, don't be a jerk, be a good person. That was essentially it. But that's not woke, and I think that's what we're ultimately getting here. But scroll down here. Weisman, who some may also know as the creator of Disney's Gargoyle series, made this declaration on September 20th via his personal Twitter account. He was quote tweeting this dude who took images from Young Justice, who said, Kyla the Mongo Fuse, I don't know who this person is, randos online, I can't believe the guy that made Gargoyles made Young Justice. He's gone woke, he's been compromised. At Greg Weisman and his team. Okay. Seriously, I've been striving for woke since long before I ever heard the term. Don't believe me? Watch #Gargoyles, read #Captain Atom. And I'm not alone. Star Trek was always as woke as anyone knew how to be at any given moment. X-Men was always woke as anyone knew how to be. Stan and Jack, separately and together, woke. The list goes on and on. No, actually, they weren't woke. What it simply was people not caring. If you understand, like, identity politics in the future doesn't make sense when you're traversing the stars, because you have gone beyond this point of these trivial ideas. Where we were at one point, but nobody cared that Uhura was black, and you were riding around with aliens. There was different things. And when it came to Star Trek, they never outright said which idea was better and which wasn't. They had areas where you dealt with like racism, sexism, things of that nature. And when it came to X-Men, you had the same thing. And actually within X-Men, you dealt with an idea of racial supremacy to an extent, dealing with Magneto and his cohorts, who the names are escaping me right now. But Brotherhood of Evil. Essentially, no, that's still wrong. I feel like, but the Brotherhood, I guess. Correct me in the comments. Essentially, what it was not woke. It was simply, hey, don't be a jerk and look past these superficial things. Essentially, is what it was. Identity politics is nothing more than superficial ideology. Nobody really cares. You can have strong independent women, you can have all this stuff, but it has to be within reality, and also it cannot be the center focus. That's what Star Trek and X-Men did. It wasn't the center focus. It never was. But saying that they were woke is the problem, because wokeness is an ideology that is very different than what you used to do and what Stan and Jack did. But we scroll down. He ends up getting this response. Why do you comic book guys have no effing idea what you're talking about? You never know what you're talking about. You just make ish up constantly. It's like you're allergic to the truth. I know you know the difference between something being woke and being progressive. Now, I'm actually going to give pushback. I don't think he does. I think Greg is a dude that was, well, he's just misinterpreting it, I think is the better term, especially with a later tweet that we will get to. I don't think he knows what being woke truly is. I'm gonna be brutally honest here. And because these ideas, when you live in California, and I think a good example of this is, go check out the David Jaffe interview on Side Scrollers. You might get very heated and very annoyed with some of the things David Jaffe says, but that's essentially what David Jaffe is. The thing with David Jaffe is he lives in California. He is in this bubble and he doesn't stretch outside that bubble. When you are in this world, that's what it is. He doesn't know the difference. He doesn't realize that there is a difference. And I'm pretty sure if you just laid out the differences and kind of explained it to him, he probably would see that there is a difference. So I'm not going to fault the dude. He ends up responding to this dude, though, in a very rude and crude way. I know what I'm talking about. If people had prevented the original meaning of the word woke, why should I participate in that? Prevented? I mean, he's changed. No, you don't even know what woke is, but why should I participate in that? Being woke means waking the F up and opening your gosh darn eyes to the reality around you. Who in the right mind would be against that? Well, no, because what woke is actually a lie most of the time. When it comes to woke, you have things like the 1619 Project. You have this idea that we live in a very patriarchal society, so on and so forth. So no, that is not the reality. You think it's the reality. That's the problem here. You think it's a reality because you haven't been presented the other side's information. You have only been told what it is, but when you are actually shown it and presented to you, your mind will end up ultimately changing. So I'm not going to be super critical. He's just a dude. He's ignorant in the end of the day, but he is acting like a kind of a prick here. So I have to admit that. Then you get this dude who actually is very, very respectful here. With due respect, Greg, as big fan of Garg's, X-Men, Star Trek, etc., they weren't woke, not in the modern sense at least. They were progressive media done right. They promoted unity despite our differences. Most media labeled woke today doesn't do that. Exactly. They didn't care about the superficial ideas. They didn't care about that. Yeah, there were people within these worlds that obviously did care, but the main focus was not to care, not to understand, not to look at that. Look past that. realize there's more to somebody than just their sex, who they sleep with, the color of their skin, their height, their weight, things like that. Well, actually, their weight does kind of matter, but that's besides the point. There's more to humanity and living than these very superficial ideas that we can't change. That's what being more progressive and understanding against that was, and what we used to have. What woke is no, those are the important details. Those are the details that matter. You have to realize that you're a bad dude for being born white, straight, and a dude. And then this person over here, you have to realize that you're oppressed because you were born black, gay, and a woman. You are the ultimate oppressed. Those are the only ideas that matter. When you look at what he pointed out, Gargoyles, X-Men, Star Trek, it was the idea to look past that, understand that there's more to you than just those ideas. And Greg came by, still not fully understanding, and decided to even be a little bit of a prick here. Fine, call it progressive, but I'd still argue that you are misusing the word woke. I'm not, and everyone is trying to do media right. Who the heck sets out to do it wrong? It's a fiction that there's a conspiracy. There's just good-ish and bad-ish. Well, he's right and wrong. I don't believe that there's a conspiracy. I believe that there's a bunch of similarly interested individuals that want to push an ideology onto a bunch of people, and by doing so, and for a profit, mind you, solely for a profit, because they think it's going to get them a buttload of money, ESG, things like that. But in reality, it's not. It's outright destroying the industry. But you're the one using it wrong. Actually, you are using these terms wrong. And that's what it was fundamentally here. Like, you are not, what you did was not woke. Now what some of the things you're doing nowadays is a little bit woke, but what came in the past wasn't woke. That was just more progressive for the times, and understanding that, like I've been saying, there's more to just this. There's what's up here. There's what's in your heart. There's you as a good person. That is the ultimate thing that matters. And I think he's just fundamentally wrong, and it's not, he just needs to be shown what the truth is, essentially, I would say. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for checking out this video. If you guys like this video, please give me a comment down below. You know, do you think he did super woke content back in the day? Because I honestly don't. But hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And please check out our sponsor, Coffee Brand Coffee. What's going on, guys? Listen, I don't know about you, but I like to indulge in some of the liquids of fun times, okay? And oftentimes I wake up the next day with a headache and stuff like that. And to be honest, the only way that truly helps cure these morning blues, as I would call them, would be coffee. And you know who puts out good coffee, guys? CoffeeBrandCoffee.com. Listen, Coffee Brand Coffee is an American-based company. It was founded by the Quartering. He's going out there. He just wants to sell you coffee. He doesn't want to sell you a political opinion. He doesn't care what your politicals are. He doesn't even care what your cultural opinions are, okay? He just wants to come out here and sell good American coffee sourced here in the States. It is all fantastic and amazing. You have 4,000 verified reviews. Most of them are 5-star, 4-star. People are loving this, and I don't blame them, because when you take a look at some of these flavors, you got bourbon flavored coffee. God dang, that sounds amazing. You got Gunpowder Green Tea. I like the boom boom sticks, and I want to know what's going on right there. And when I drink CoCo, I haven't drank it in a while due to the keto diet, trying to lose some weight. But when I do drink CoCo or anything like that, I like some sweetness, I like some richness, and I like some enjoyability in my CoCo. That's why I'm taking a look over here at this rich caramel CoCo. I mean, just think of how amazing it is. And guys, if you go to Coffee Brand Coffee, which links will be in the description down below, you can use coupon code BACKTACO, one word, BACKTACO, and you can get 10% off your purchase. That's coffeebrandcoffee.com, coupon code BACKTACO.